Today I wear two hats. The first hat is a global hat. For 23 years I've worked with citizens groups fighting incineration in 50 different countries. And in the year 2000 I was very excited when these groups from many different countries formed a global network, Gaia, Global Alliance for Incinerator Alternatives. So that's my global hat.
Questa è la questione quindi globale.
Porter a Porter is the springboard to zero waste, and zero waste is the trampolino, the springboard to sustainability. Putting taxpayers' money into these big corporations, these multinational corporations, to burn resources is an environmental crime. They say, oh, it produces energy. When you burn waste, it produces energy. Even a school child, Rossano's pupils, primary student pupils, would know that incineration is a waste of energy. Individual plastics like polyethylene, you save 10 times more energy by recycling that plastic compared to burning that plastic. I feel there's a less charitable explanation. I think it's corruption, simply corruption, that the government has put their money into the companies run by their friends who then finance their campaigns. So incineration is bad for health. Incineration is bad for the planet. It's bad for the economy, economics.
Prendiamo il caso di Brescia, che è stato premiato come migliore inceneritore d'Europa.
That incinerator cost 300 million euros and produced 80 jobs. That money spent on the alternatives, spent on reuse, spent on recycling, spent on composting, spent on waste reduction initiatives would create thousands of jobs, and it is creating thousands of jobs where communities invest in this. I've yet to see a machine that can solve the waste problem. It's an irrational question. What do we do with waste is essentially irrational because you've already made your mistake. When you mix everything together, you mix the smelly with the non-smelly, the toxic with the non-toxic, the useful with the useless, and it all becomes smelly, toxic, and useless if you mix it all together. And once you've made this entropic mistake, then it's incredibly difficult, I say impossible, to separate it again, and useless to do that. If you're going to separate at any time, the best place to separate is at source separation, and then continue that with porter collection system. So this is the magic. There's no magic machines. We have to really ask some tough questions. What do I need to be happy? What really makes me happy? And I think what really makes people happy is having friends, and having good communication, to have someone that you could really talk to about things that you're very serious about. And we have to make that happen. We have to have people celebrate it together. And in this sense, Italy is much closer to the solution than we are. If you get the paradigm shift from waste is horrible, and we got to get somehow get a good solution out of waste, you get this paradigm shift is waste is resources in the wrong place. Waste is a terrific possibility for making a gigantic change in our way of looking at the world and a way of handling this as zero, you know what I said, porter a porter, the springboard to zero waste, the springboard to sustainability. Now they're going out with a big concept. They may not have even thought about sustainability. They came in with bottles and cans and newspapers, smelly garbage. They go out with a plan for the planet. Okay. Good. So I think you got more than you need in this. Might be good for the history books.